Wow, we back. Live out your dreams. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And today I had just start thinking about stuff, and we talking about hip hop. And today we gonna talk about Yo Gotti, Birdman to Jay Z. Now I'm gonna talk a lot about Birdman because Birdman is the goat to me, or the CEO stuff. And Birdman raised a lot of these boys, man. A lot of bosses. Birdman raised a lot of people that became bosses. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. You know, he had some stuff going on in the beginning with Juvie and Lil Wayne, but I'm talking about people like Yo Gotti, talking about people like DJ Khaled. I'm talking about people like Yo Gotti, DJ Khaled, Ricky Rose. I'm talking about Future. I'm talking about Birdman raised a lot of these guys, bro. Young Thug, he really raised these boys like on some boss type stuff. Like, not on no sons like stuff like Lil Wayne, because that's something different. It's on some stuff like you gonna come around here, learn from me, and then you go and take it where you need to go. And you do that, but don't forget about where you come from either. You understand what I'm saying? Don't forget who taught you and who brought you and who made you and who gave to you and who gave you the light when you needed the light to get right. You know what I'm saying? And I just typed in Birdman and Yo Gotti and this came up because I remember.
You're listening to DJ Cotton here.
Rap City,
DJ
City,
Cotton.
2000,
Rap
bro.
City, Big City.
Look,
Alright, it's going down.
Yo
Come on, that
Gotti, give me
stunner,
the first look.
funky. A lot of new X's in here.
It's a piece of the puzzle, you heard
Piece
me?
of the
That's a
puzzle.
piece of the
Introduce
puzzle.
all these folks.
Believe that. You got Trey, you got Gotti, you got All Star, you
Wow.
got Shane, you got Nero, and you got the last soldier out the know, six shots, you know?
Alright.
You feel me? Birdman the one brought and taught and made and saved. You know what I'm saying? So he really brought these people to the light and showed them how to run this stuff, bro. And I don't ever want people to forget this. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want people to forget where it comes from.
Sway.
First of all, Sway, I want to say good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yo, Gotti, man, what's going on? Big fan, man. Out of your whole white fleet, which car do you like driving the most?
Right now, them though.
To the
Oh,
final
okay, that's
scene.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah, I didn't know if you because my experience is over yet, but
Oh,
I just
okay.
White Fleet. How many cars?
Yeah.
he said maybe he's earned it. You know, Yo Gotti kind of flew under the radar for years.
Right.
You know, we caught him early on with MTV when we came out there to Memphis and did my block.
Yeah.
But
A while ago.
that was right. You know, it was really right. But I learned a lot about him from there. And since then, I just been like, every time I see him, I smile because he did it his way. It's a couple ways you can make it in this music business, but the best way to do it is when you do it your way. So congratulations. Now you also got like when we did South by Southwest, you brought a few of your artists by who are coming out on the label.
We got artist Zed Zilla's dog. He turned working on a Fury, you know.
You on that Rich Gang project with Birdman,
Most definitely.
and people are all wondering, did you sign it some type of deal with Cash Money or?
Nah, you know, people always thought I was signing Cash Money just because Stunner just took me up on his wing and like gave me the game. Like it's probably 6-7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like on the cool, like Stunner really the first person ever gave me a check big enough to get out the streets to focus on music for a minute.
Wow, Birdman did
Yeah,
that.
so I figured
Don't play with him.
and I tell people like I think Birdman was when I met Birdman, that was the point in my life that like took me out the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the music, but I was still hustling. Like, you know how niggas do. You know what I'm saying? You 50-50 in this shit. And then when I met Stunner, not only the check, but the motivation, like being around them, they were the first niggas I was around. Like, okay, you can really get rich doing this shit. Like to make me take it serious. Like, so you can't really pay for that. Like,
So how'd you meet him then?
he came to Memphis and he had to do a show in Memphis.
Okay.
He came to a club and they played my music. He was like, who the fuck is that? So they called me the next day. So like, I think it was on a Sunday. So he called me like that Monday morning, flew me to New Orleans that Tuesday morning. I stayed in New Orleans with him for like a week or two. Shit, left that motherfucker with a check.
Damn it, I need to
Bottom
fly to New
line.
Orleans
You
too.
know, and the crazy thing was I didn't sign with him. Like, you know, he gave me like we just talked about life. Like you asked me, like, you know, what I was trying to do. And I just kept it real with him. Like, man, I'm in the street trying to get at this shit. Like, you know, my brother locked up. You know what I'm saying? But he understood that I understood the music business and I understood hustling. And he just liked this shit. He was like, look, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to build something. I'm gonna give you a production company through Cash Money. So I'm gonna give you a check to go find artists and bring them back. You know what I mean? To us, like, you know, mold them, get them right, and give you a deal to put out artists through our channel. So that's what it was. And I was with him every day and flying with him and being in every city with him. So people just thought that I was signing to him. I was signing to TVT at the time.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, Birdman. See, you know, that's the part of the stories you don't hear.
Right.
That go
I
on
fuck
behind
with Birdman, like, you know, and being around, sitting up under him and Slim, like, that's how I got my independent hustle, the whole motivation. Come from seeing them do it. Like, I was around when Wayne turned in the first car to one to selling $1 million. The first week I seen this shit with my own eyes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So for a nigga allowing you to be there and see that process, like, if you ain't motivated from that, the fuck you looking at?
Yeah,
Right.
you need to find a new occupation. Matter of fact, I'm about to book a ticket to Miami just for 2 weeks to go sit next to Birdman and see what I would have come out of it for me too, man.
Yeah, they motivate niggas, like, and they work ethic, like, shit speak for itself, though.
Yo, that was just joking, but Gotti took that seriously. Like, yeah, you should go do that, homie.
For sure.
How?
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't never want nobody to forget where it come from, and to see. I understand. Okay, okay, cool. Do I understand? Because Jay-Z wasn't nowhere around then. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z ain't gonna get nobody no opportunity to do nothing like that. But I guess I don't know. You want to take it to another level, but you ain't gotta do that. But I guess but Jay-Z wasn't nowhere around.
You gonna be big. Straight up. You gonna be big. Go to TV. You gonna be big. Straight up. And that's how that.
This was 8 years ago.
I got my name on TV and big.
Niggas could have been in the back of the police car, you know what I'm saying? You know, statistics will tell you we don't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? The back of this Maybach supposed to be the back of the police car. So we already, like, beat the odds of this shit. I met Emery, like, I think not too long after he came home. And we chopped it up, and me and Emery always stayed in touch. Like, you know, every now and then we always reached out to one another, whether he hit me and be like, yo, I see what you're doing, I like what you're doing, I like what you represent, or I hit him, like, yo, you know what I mean, I'm still out here grinding, man, we gotta put something together. The first time I bumped Jay, it was like the first time I had seen him, he was like, oh, I see you. I see what you're doing. I'm watching what you're doing. You know, and I was just like, shit, that was cool. You know what I mean? For me, like, you know, Jay always been one of my favorite rappers. Your hustle, I respect what you're doing. You know, put something together. And then, you know, Emery hit me back with like, big homie want to make it happen. I'm like, shit, I want to make it happen. I'm a hustler, and I think, like, we got the same vision when it comes to, like, just diversifying hustles. The way I see it, it's just expansion. It's growth, it's expansion. To me, it's like, you know what I mean? If you already got one plug, you just add another plug to it. And if you're a true hustler, like, you can't do nothing with 2 plugs, shit. You hustling backwards. Looking at my 2 business partners.
Yeah, so I ain't really mad at it, because I respect the hustle, like he said, but it seemed like he ain't just reached back out to Stunner. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he can't say nothing about Stunner. It seemed like he can't do nothing with Stunner. It just seemed like, man, like, where, you feel me? It's like, man, like, can we don't forget where you come from with this. Don't forget who brought you in the game with this. You understand what I'm saying? I don't never want y'all to forget that, but I understand you doing what you do and handling your business or whatever, but and learning something from Hov, because when you think about it, you would like to learn something from Ho, but at the same time, when you think about it, you gotta understand that Ho be doing some funny business. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a reason Jay-Z and Birdman ain't never just did nothing together. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z got to answer to them people over there. And he got to go with that narrative over there. And Stunner ain't got to do that. You know, Stunner his own boss. He's like Stunner his own man. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z and Diddy is over there in this boat where they can get a lot of money and they can get their money, but they can. It's like they gotta separate themselves from what got them there, or the people that got them there, or the family that they came from, or stuff like that. And that's why Puffy kept, was saying in jail, like, man, ain't nobody reached out to me, and whoop and whoop. But people like Birdman coming from the South or whatever, people like Birdman, he ain't go over there, he ain't take that route. So he might not be a billionaire on paper, but he sold more records than everybody. Birdman sold the most records out of anybody in hip hop. Cash Money sold the most records out of any label by a lot. He sold more than Rockefeller and Bad Boy put together. You know, and then all the people that come from under. That's what I'm saying. Like Jay-Z, Yo Gotti is not Jay-Z's pupil. Yo Gotti comes from Stunner. Rick Ross comes from Stunner. You know what I'm saying? DJ Khaled come from Stunner. All these people come from Stunner. Rick Ross, who else? Weezy. All these people come from Stunner. You know what I'm saying? On some boss type stuff, not just an artist, just being a boss. All these people come from Stunner, bro. And that's what I really want to get out there. Like, Stunner the one that gave these boys the light. The Young Thugs, the Rich Gang, the Futures, Rich Homie Quans, and them boys come from Stunner. Now, don't get me wrong, Quan and them were making their music, but they come from Stunner to get that. Soulja Boy even went over to Stunner to get that, to get the light, to get the game. And that's what I really love about Stunner. You can't take nothing away from Stunner, bro. Like, I have never seen them together. Like, imagine Birdman, Jay-Z, and Yo Gotti together, but Gotti can't even bridge that. You know what I'm saying? Gotti can't even bridge that, bro. Jay-Z you can't sign Lil Wayne, bro. Stop it. But that's what I'm saying, though. And then I think Dolph and Stunner might have worked around, but Dolph is on man, so that's different. But yeah, that's all I wanted to really say. Like the Yo Gotti, Birdman, and Jay-Z situation is weird to me because you got a Stunner. Like you gotta pay your homage to Stunner first, bro. Not Stunner first like that. Like you can't go rock with Jay-Z, but you ain't have to do that. You ain't gotta go over there. You your own man. Stunner already gave you the game, but you do want to go to another level. So I understand that, though. I understand it. You do want to have. If it wasn't for Glorilla, CMG would be dead. Promise you. But Glorilla was saved. Glorilla's keeping the lights on over there. Glorilla saved everything going on over there because she's a superstar. And you got her because she from Memphis and she was the one. That was the best thing for you to do, to go get her because she dropped that hit. And then you helped her elevate and push her up, which is great, what you're supposed to do. But I just never understood that. Like, I always wanted to ask Birdman, like, bro, all these people come from you, but they turn on you like Rick Ross be saying some weird stuff. DJ Khaled, I understand the DJ Khaled situation, but you still can show respect. You still can show love. But y'all all went over there, bro. Don't act like y'all all didn't go over there. You gotta come. Everybody come home to Birdman. Juvenile came home 3 or 4 times. Yeah, you feel me? Future. All them people come up from over there, Birdman, and gave all them boys the game, bro. Like real talk. Even T-Pain, Future. Birdman. Rich Gang, man. Jacquees even over there. Everybody come from Stunner. Future pays respect to Birdman.
That's me, driving.
Man, Dupree, you're watching All Urban Central.
There's nobody else got a plaque like that. That's $1 billion plaque. Billion sold plaque. $500 million. That ain't even all. That one said Cash Money Rich. Man. They all under Stunner.
Oh yeah, your birthday was early, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't come out. Yeah, the big one. That's the big one. That's the big one.
So nobody ever get confused. Y'all know where it come from, bro. Ain't nobody ever done this, bro. Ain't nobody else put nobody on like this and put superstars on. These ain't just regular people. Superstars, bro. Look up to them, man. From every city, Atlanta. Shout out to BR. Shout out to that boy, Young Boy. Weezy, everybody. So I just wanted to give Birdman his respect, show love, but at the same time, I wanted to understand, like, Gotti, you got to show your love too, bro. You got to show your love too, because that's the one that gave you the light, and you just said that's the one to give you your first check to get up out the streets, man. But I just wanted to talk about that hip-hop history or whatever, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and always live out your dream.